turning up.
All the way up.
Hey.
With Big John Promotions.
You know, in this industry thing, this music thing that we do, big up. Who that? Joe? Yeah, man, big up yourself. I cannot tell if it's a woman. I like to think it's a woman. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what it looks like. It's a sweets. Okay. Respect it, so of course, you know, but don't know. But like I said, energy, you know, the vibration. I honestly was hitting you up when you were talking to Reg to just give you your flowers. That's it. Sometimes things is not always necessarily you know what I mean, like a particular thing per se, like, or it's monetary, you know what I'm saying, or something tangible. Sometimes it's just an energy, a vibes. For those who are tuned in and watching, and for those who are going to watch this live at another time, this gentleman here does not know me from a hole in the wall, bro. The man don't know me. Okay. I never meet the man yet. There's a reason why I want to start there. In regards to New York, I'm assuming you're in NY, right? Do we have
No.
Huh?
I'm not.
No, where you at? That's good. That's perfect. That's even make this what I'm about to say stronger. Where you from, brother?
I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
Yo, stick a pin and stop right now. I thought this brother was from New York. I'm glad he said something prior to me jumping in because the thing is, New Yorkers, we have the stigma. We do. I thought you from. Don't get it twisted. There are New Yorkers. Shout out to my boy Ace. He's not, you know, anywhere he in the world, even when he's not in New York, he's always been supporting and putting independent and seasoned artists on. You came out of nowhere with the same type of energy, and I'm on it. And no comparison, just to say that you guys great minds think alike kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like each one teach one kind of energy. So you know when someone goes out of their own comfort, even if it's something that they love to do, you gotta give them their flowers. You didn't have to. So I'm humbled and I'm thankful for you to even just see the work and be like, yo, this is all right. I could and want to put it on your platform, bro. I take it humbly, and you need to hear it from the artist himself. So yeah, and I know everybody work different. Everybody have their own process and how they do things. But I knew I think from maybe like I don't know, many posts ago, I said, yo, I need to wrap up this guy, I need to chop it up with him and see, you know, what's the cause and where's your mind at? How long you been doing? You need to interview more than me. I feel like because I only said it in the sense of, you know, because I don't know you, so I wanted to get some like a foundation, you know what I mean? But I appreciate what you did from the jump, you know what I'm saying? And I bring that up is I brought the New York part is because I think sometimes New Yorkers get a bad stigma for not sticking together. From the area of New York I'm at right now, currently, like Long Island, there's always these stigmas. Well, I'll go on, Trini. You know what I'm saying? There's these stigmas. So in regards to you got to go out of town and do certain things or whatever the case may be, but you know, there's no one way to do this thing. You know what I mean? It just depends on what works for you. I'm literally prior to you chiming right now. I'm obviously in the studio. I'm cooking up some things, and I'm actually putting some bars together in regards to talking about, like, you know, pick a lane, bro. Pick a lane. Pick a lane, and then GPS and pick a route. Like, this is not back in the day where it's like two major labels and everyone is fighting over a particular. This is not the game.
Nope. Not no more.
This is different. This is like everything we talked about, and I would like to think. I mean, how long you been doing the music? How long you been or in the entertainment space?
Since I want to say 15.
Okay, so what you said? Wait, 15 years or 2015?
2015. My fault. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'm only saying it to say, but that's even time. That's time spent. I said it to say, from 2015 to now, the game has changed. Like,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, I would just that you gave me the 2015 helped me instead of saying have to go even further. Just from that, just 2015 to now.
Yep.
Yeah, the forms are changing regularly. You know, music is evolving regularly. So for you to be on a certain type of timing, and then to be from Pittsburgh, bro, it's only because I'm a musician certain way where I'm familiar with certain artists from your town. But let's say if I was just a pure fan per se and I was just from New York, that may be far and few for me because I'm not familiar. I'm not, you know what I mean? Especially if you're just from New York, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, man, I wanted to give you your flowers, man. Like it was humbling. I'm thankful. And I want to figure out how we can actually make this monetize this thing and see what we can do. I'm in a different space now. Unbeknownst to you prior to those visuals, even the song that you're playing, I think it was Like a Bike you was playing. That you can download, stream. It's there. It's on all platforms. Shout out to the big homie. He definitely plays an instrumental role in just seeing something, thinking it was dope, and putting it on it. And that's what I would. Sometimes I wish that was the case. I understand the part of what you call it, the putting on the cousins and the brothers, but you gotta still remember the art, bro. I'm not against you on your family. That's something I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry, I'm bringing it up real quick, but yeah, man, that's what I think plays a role in why the art is kind of why we have the I feel like people have opinions about the game being whack or certain things being trash. Yeah, because niggas is putting on their aunties, and not to say you can't put on your auntie, but is your auntie good? No, and I have nothing against you putting on your cousin, but is your cousin good?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's a level. Then you have when we start talking greatness, do they eat, breathe, sleep the shit? That's different. Do you? I think that the nigga wake up. You don't gotta tell a nigga to do the shit. He just do it. Oh, you got to understand there's people who are about it like that. So and I'm not knocking the hustle part of it. I'm just saying we just got. I'm big on context. What we talking about? If you in it for the hustle, when you get in your bag. But when you start talking artistry, know what you're saying? Because there's a lot of people out here, including myself, who've been doing it for X amount of years, putting certain sweat, tear, and blood and all into this shit. So I think that's the only time when I feel like, the lines get teetered. But like I said, the primary reason why I wanted to big you up was you like I said, it was out of nowhere. I had to shout out to my boy Prince. Yes, my boy Prince. He's the one. Prince hit me and go, because I was like, yo, Prince, you know how black people, like, yo, who this? You know what I'm saying? We live in a time where obviously I'm scamming and all kind of foolishness. So I was just he was like, nah, son. He expressed to me, he said, yo, son, I guess you liked or something with his music. And I guess through that is how you, and I was like,
so
see? Go I'm jumping. Go on.
So I know, like I said, I'm not from New York, but I know a lot of New York artists, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Prince Smith, he already had stuff going. But soon it said he shared a video he wasn't even in, the Argue video. Oh yeah, he was not even. He wasn't even in the video, but he wasn't. Right. He wasn't featured in it, but I knew he was in it. So when he shared his clip in that song, I'm like, whoa, who is this? And then DVINCHI, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. Let me see what he's about.
Right. Yeah, man. Man, I take that humbly, man.
Yeah.
And you kind of when you say that kind of reminds me of why I'm sticking to a particular formula with so for instance, for those who are just chiming in or whenever you watch this, that Prince Smith, very talented, sing, rap, artistic in his own right in regards to he's in his own lane. I always jokingly in the beginning but I still do. I feel like he's the dark skinned Chris Brown. The nigga could dance his ass off if you don't know. The nigga could sing his ass off if you don't. He's multifaceted. The nigga, he plays drums too. Low key, the mind, but you would have to know. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I let the cat the bag. That's my guy though. But and me and him also have a few records on the way. We've been I don't know how. So you said from the like a bike video Argue time, right? So around that time, my father was still. No.
But go ahead.
Like a bike, you can stream it on all platforms. It's there. Have no fear. It's for the eardrums for you to hold our vibes and hold that cheer. You know the thing. But yeah, but pretty much what it is I've known Prince for some time. What it was when I was doing those visuals. If I'm touching that real quick, I'm a fan of comedies and TV shows like anybody else is. You know what I mean? And if we're talking like the Adam Sandlers of the world, if I touch on Tyler Perry for a second, but only from the perspective of they always, if you notice those guys, they have the same kind of guys in there getting jobs, which I like. It has a cohesiveness. And then as guys progress and they add other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam Sandler does that. Before Adam Sandler, what's Ben Stiller? There's a few of them. Like they have these formulas, like certain productions. Even like if we talk about Adam Sandler. Chris Rock be in Adam Sandler, him, they have they always, even if he's not in the movie, has a role, he find, I love that. So if you notice with Like a Bike and Argue, you see Prince, you see Lil Wayne, but not before, in regards to if we're speaking on Leah, if you, let's say if a person wasn't aware of her ability, her artistry, you would see the video and go, oh, she look good. And then that would
I want to talk to you about her after too.
Oh yeah, of course. So it's like when we my whole mindset was that the Adam Sandler approach, as I these next set of things I'm putting together, it's gonna familiarity because that's what you want to build, right? My Prince, myself, and my boy One Take Kode, big him up. He's another great artist. One take, his familiarity would be for those who are not aware. He did I think Rhythm and Flow. He was on there. Yo, this dude, he's another one. Merch, bars, the man just talented. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just talented. He's same in the same breath as Prince, but different. And these guys are from New York, bro.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
The thing is, I guess what I'm trying to kick to you, and I don't, and this is how it works. This is how it happens, right? And it's happening in real time. I know, just like how there was a time in Atlanta, just like there was a time in Pittsburgh. There's always a surge of. There's a time when a particular place is and people don't realize that part is there was a few, at least 5 to 10 guys who got it. Like for instance, in Atlanta, I remember the talk was the disparity between New York and Atlanta at the time, especially when Atlanta was on the rise. What New Yorkers or people from the East Coast couldn't really understand is that we don't really stick together like that. Atlanta dudes found a way, and not just Atlanta dudes, but say Southern guys, they found a way that even if I could have real beef with a nigga, we gonna go get this bag though. That's a different type of maturity, my nigga. Say what you want about, let's say you can have your opinions on your styles and what you like and what you don't like. But man, you gotta have, like me and you, like I know you diss my moms, and you know I diss your moms. But we gonna go get this bag? I don't know. To me, that's some real manly shit. That's some masculine shit. You know, we don't really do masculine of lately. That's the world we're living in. But that's another podcast. I'm just saying, like you get what I'm saying? Like, that's some, like Jeezy and Gucci Mane and Jeezy. Man, yo, that's real. Stick a pin. You ready? I'm gonna ask you a question. Ja Rule and 50 Cent. Do you think that will ever happen?
Money wise, yeah.
Ego. Too much ego.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
And because it's real like that. They have a real situation similar to niggas was getting stabbed up in the studio for real. This wasn't no alleged. These niggas was beefing, right? Them niggas is not doing a song together. Yo, you hear me up. I may be bugging, but I'm gonna keep.
They'll be dissing each other in the song. But the same song they be on.
But they on the same song. They still getting the bag together though. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's in separate rooms, there's still a, my nigga, you telling me, and I'm not debating, I'm just saying, my nigga, Ja Rule and 50 Cent do a record right now. First of all, that shit would be like, somebody stop playing on my phone. That's the first thing. If I'm on my timeline and niggas said, I think we need to just fuck around and have a joke. That's what my mind is. That's the shout out to the dude who was on the live before. Where I was agreeing with his baseline, authenticity, being different. You know, trying things. This is how. But these conversations, this is how they happen. A lot of the times, why I think when ideas don't go out from just the idea box, it's usually you have some kind of pessimism there. Like somebody's pessimistic, someone's doubtful in some aspect. It could be just you, it could be your own past, or it could be just your environment. But whatever. Usually when ideas don't get out, they're usually that problem. But if you don't have that, like if you have more optimism than pessimism, the shit gonna go. I don't care who it, my nigga. I'm pretty sure you if 2015 you've been taking it serious. You didn't see motherfuckers who I'm pretty sure you was like, they like him. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that. Like, you know, like just to say like it's not your cup of tea, but they're winning. Because you have to respect what is. You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about like how we feel about it, that's different. You know what I mean? But like I said, when it comes down to it, I think we're in a space now where it's free reign. If you pick your lane, stick to it, stay consistent, do it when you like it, do it when you don't like it. You might see some results. I don't feel like there's no guru. There's no particular blueprint. I think there's mad blueprints. Pick one, mix them. You know what I'm saying? Don't pick none. But figure out, where you want to go forward with it. But to touch on with Leah real quick, like I said, I wanted to stay in a space of I wanted to show the guys around me who were dope, right? And so when I shot these visuals and I'm being inspired, I said, oh, I know what I want to do. These are people who I in some aspects I run into them on a consistent basis, especially if I'm working on songs with them. These are my people. So now I'm like, how can I make that translate in the music, like in the visuals? And I was like, bam, Adam Sandler vibes, Tyler Perry vibes. Tyler Perry, he got a team of the same niggas at least for 6 episodes or whatever until he do it. And when he does that new thing, he'll call them, at least give them the first option, and still you got to respect that. A person is making sure you always have a bag. You got to come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Now we can get to the particulars, but I'm just saying just the baseline of understanding that you know, if you're in a space where, or you're in a city or in a place where you feel like you're not getting a certain amount of love, that we're no longer in a time where I need to leave my city. I don't agree with that completely. And you are a testament to that. I know I took a little second to get to that part, but that was where I wanted to come to. Like, you were in Pittsburgh, my brother. What? What? Come on, man. You know, I'm God-fearing, so when he do it, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, and nothing happens for nothing. So, like I said, if there's a game plan or a mindset that you have in regards to what you're doing, I'm seeing it on this time frame that we're here, that if we can collaborate in a way to further what you're doing and what I'm doing, I'm open to that. And respectfully, if you have sense, this is what you do, or at least on my part. You know what I mean? Somebody come to you. So, like I said, once it's not weird or some wild shit, and somebody give you a blessing, and you check that out, and you go, I ain't gonna hold you. This was solid. Come on. Now it's like, what can I do? How can I? Come on, man.
I definitely. I agree.
I mean, so I know you don't know, but this is DaVinci. You know what I'm saying? This is that's who I am. That's the cloth I come from. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it for a while. So you know, between websites and all different platforms where you could, go a little bit more in depth in regards to my bio, my discography. But like I said, primarily my purpose here was I wanted to give you your flowers. I see what you're doing. I love to see what you're doing, because you did that with me when you promoted Like a Bike with no phone call. When you promoted Argue, we did without knowing me. I take that humbly. What I was gonna get to with the backstory prior to all of that type of stuff is, around that time my father was sick, and eventually my father passed away. So I've been in a different space. However, everything has its time. You now remember and obviously the beautiful thing about when we check receipts, I just maybe in the last few weeks, or maybe not, say like a month and a half, I just got more active. Because remember, I was going at a certain pace prior to, you know what I mean? But that's my pops, I go, and not just in my pops, just family. It was a lot happening. So now I'm finding the gear again. And funny enough, like I said, the fun part about it is, that's why it's good when you don't rush your process. Everything y'all hearing, I've been like, this stuff I got right now in the clip, naturally. You know what I'm saying? So that little hiatus I took was actually needed. Like, it was good that I did that, because I produce and I write. So for the things that I wasn't able to get to in regards to writing, I was able to get to it. You know what I mean? So now I'm, like I said, now I'm more in the space of putting out new music. No, you're good. Putting out new music, putting out other content. Matter of fact, since we're here, and like I said, it was, you know what? I got you. So right now you locked in to the general. I'm DVINCHI Kode. You can make them know. I want to enunciate. Oh no, what's the brand name? Make me know. I don't want to word it incorrectly.
Oh, Big John Promotions.
You said Big John Promotion. That's Big John right there.
Yep.
If you're trying to get your music in a space beyond where it's at, this is the gentleman that you need to link. Yeah, that's the vibration, and that's how we do that. Big up the energy. Big up my knees, energy. Yeah, so that's pretty much the mindset right now. But I'm very much in a space of wanting to make sure that my guys get as much light as I do. It was never about even my mission with doing music. My mission was never it was never a solo mission, even to begin with. I started out in the group, and then I got to where I am now. So now it's just how can we to maximize on monetizing. Not to say that I haven't monetized my works now, but to maximize more. There's more. There's merch. There's so many avenues. But I'm talking about more from the digital standpoint.
You know what? Because of the lane you in, and because I believe in you so much,
Thank you, sir.
I want you to get into licensing.
Okay.
Like, I want to a Netflix TV show showing.
Oh, you my placements.
Yes, placements.
Yeah. No. Keep going.
I see you.
You want timing?
I see it on like Netflix. Like if the characters go on vacation and they got like a little B-roll of the island or vacation spot, I want to hear DaVinChi Kode pop up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. No, I think as long as I've been doing music, even before I did these projects, but that's because of my background. I wrote music. You know what I'm saying? I still write music, as in writing for people, things of that nature. I think the what we call it, writing scores, music kind of placements, TV placements. And most recent, especially when COVID happened. You know, remember, she was on pause. Definitely, that was more of an interest of mine. But then shout out to other producer friends who knew me and was like, "Yo, D, you know, I got a situation happening. Do you want to? You got a reference, or you got some, you know, you got some things you're sitting on that I can get you in TV." So I feel like, especially if you're a producer songwriter, that's a calm bread and butter.
Yeah.
Especially if you learn how to maximize on it. I am in my own right now trying to learn how to maximize on that. But shout out to my people. Remember, for those who knew I had a loss and knew I was going through some stuff. Shout out to those people. I would like to call the unsung heroes, people who that people may not know. You know what I mean? Who are behind the scenes of DaVinci, who definitely, you know, made sure to show me that yo, there's an avenue for that, just in case. I know you're trying to get back into a certain space. You know, we all know how it is when you lose someone. Yeah. So now I'm back in that space.
February. My mom.
My condolences.
But I appreciate it.
No, for real, I don't take it lightly. No, I know, but you
know, she told me to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you love to do. This is what I love to do, man.
Oh, my bad. I was just playing some in the background while we talk. Yeah, so we could do that. It's like work. I'm a producer. I say beats. We do that. This ain't even. This is something new. This is exclusive just for no reason. Shout out to my boy JC.
Do you lay drums on Hot Girl?
Yeah, I did everything. I cooked that. So shout out to big up Leo Wynn anyway she's at. Primarily that record. That record was, I had a reference. It was just a hook. The music's not too loud, right? The background, we're not too loud, right? We good?
No, we're good.
Okay. So pretty much, my manager at the time had me do an interview. I do the interview. The interviewer expresses to me, shout out my boy MC. He goes, "Yo, as an artist, I want you to work with her." Cool. I was working on Like a Bike. I was working on that project at the time. Yeah. You know, when you're an artist mode, it's like, yeah, you know, send me the link. I'm cool. Shout out to MC. Yo, dog, you link car yet? I said, nah, dog, I don't. I've been working. You know, he's like, nah, when you get a chance, boom, boom, cool. Then my manager, shout out to G. She go, yo, what's up? I said, yo, you know what? I got y'all.
Yeah.
I'm finishing Like a Bike. The project's done in. Now I'm looking for a video vixen for my music video. Yeah. And I had two prior. I didn't even meet Leah yet.
Yeah.
In the midst of that, she had a freestyle she put up. That's how it started. I saw she bodied some shit. I think it was either like some Pop Smoke shit or something. Body. I said, oh nah, shorty's nice. So now I'm like, now I see my boy MC and I say, yo, MC, dog, the girl wicked dogs. When I get a chance, I'm gonna get with her. Now we doing Like a Bike. Now we doing Argue. And at the time, my manager, she's hit me with the yo, we have to solidify a lead. I got the dances, we did all that. We got all that. Okay, cool.
Hold up, you froze. Hold up. Hold up, you frozen. What's going on? We lost him. He'll be back. I know he'll be back. Yeah.
Hot girl, I need the ones like making me. Hot girl, jeans and leggings. Hot girl, full shorts, t-shirt on, naked. Conservative wear, I don't care. Hot girl, I need the ones like making me. Hot girl, jeans and leggings. Hot girl. Full shorts, t-shirt on, naked, conservative wear, I don't.
Looking down, bitches, if you know what it is. You bitches thirsty. We can bring you in the gym. Movie marathon, my shooters always coming to clear. Tight on my back, if you nigga I'm money, you dip.
All right, we're back. See, shout out to those who invest in their own career. You got to double up. You can't have one phone. The one phone just died on me. It wasn't called it. You know, the temperature got hot. So I'm just giving it a second. Yeah, man. So we hit. Yeah, too much sauce. You heard? Yeah. So what I was talking about Leah. So basically, what ends up happening is I had a lead. That lead, unfortunately, her work schedule didn't work out, and Leah came in the clutch, bro. Super clutch. Because what would happen is, you know when you put stuff together, I had like, I think a few weeks before the video, but you know, you got to lock in, you got to figure, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So pretty much what happened is my guy deliberated. It was definitely vibes. Actually, I'm gonna save that story when she's available. We could talk about it all together. But pretty much what happened is they deliberated and said, yo, she made a post differently from the raps. Mind you, I hadn't. So this is hold on one second. Yeah. Now, you know, me in the crib, I got to make sure everything's copacetic. All right, so no, got to be alert. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we working, but hold up. I mean, yeah. So pretty much what happened is she ended up posting something because she started go into model mode. So she ended up, and it just so happened one of her first like more model-esque, more something a little bit more provocative, something classy, but something sexy. She posted. But mind you, around that time, I know she was more promoting the music aspect. I guess she was in that space of trying to, shift. Perfect timing. I'm like, oh. And before I could even make a decision, my manager took my phone out my hand. My other homie's like, yo, this may be the move, bro. I gave her a call, and she was a humble diva, respectfully. No, like the misconception of you see someone who's maybe beautiful or whatever. No, very about her business, solid. And yeah, man. We got in the video, and you got like a bike, you have an argument, you know what I'm saying? And she's actually, I still have her slated to do one more joint for me, like another visual, like video wise. But yeah, man, I will say there's a lot of music in the pipeline, or in the crate, I like to say. Yeah, I got a lot of different stuff in the crate, and that's based on even what you're seeing. So if you've seen Prince, I got music with Prince. You've seen Leah, I got music with Leah. Prince, One Take Kode, and myself, we have a record called Have a Drink. If you could find that record, it's out. That's on the 2 AM in Kingston project. Okay. We've been trying to shoot. That's a video we're trying to shoot now. I think it's an amazing record for both parties. It's a world record too. It's not one of those it's not a New York record. It's not an anything record. It's just everybody can fuck with that record. It's a world record. It's a world record. Shout out to my boy Carter, man. Like I said, very talented lyricist. He's been doing it for. You need to check. Not say if you have or haven't. Check him out. One Take Kode. The nigga nice. He's normally his signature is usually the high top. Like I said, he was on Rhythm and Flow. He definitely did his thing. I feel he got a little robbed on the show at the time, but that's a whole nother combo. But he's nice. But yeah, he's a part of that record, man. And he definitely came through with a fire verse, calm things, a 1-2 voice note, boop, hold on, give me a second, but like he's nice like that. He's nice. Like, niggas who are very efficient. Not to say that just because you work fast, because niggas work fast and still put out trash. Bars, that's a good one. Niggas work fast and still put out trash. That's why you gotta trust the process. Yeah. I like that one. Yo, don't forget, because I be forgetting shit. But yeah, man. So I would say that record right there that's a good one. That's a vibes. That's the I would say like I remember when 2 Chainz is a vibe. It's not the same record, but I'm just saying that collaborative. Yeah, I was trying to do the collaborative thing. So I was bigging you up saying that you're from the Pittsburgh area and showing love. And sometimes I feel like, and not just my city, but if I'm talking about my city or our city, I feel like there's times where people feel like, oh, you got to do. They have these expectations of what you got to do to make it, and it's like there's no one way to do this shit. If you got enough people to fuck with you, and that's the part that's the part I wanted to kind of keep going from what you talked about with Reg. Is that if you get enough people, you get a cult following, you get people who just like your vibe. Yeah. You outside, bro. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? It's the consistency that's difficult. Yeah. That's what we need. Consistency is not easy. Life happens. Yeah. My situation, I'm speaking on my pops, but I lost more than just that, but I lost shit. Yeah. And a lot of the times, everyone's loss and how they manage it can affect what they do on the day to day. You know what I'm saying? And no one's exempt from that shit. Like no one's like, you're not invisible. Like it happens, my nigga. I'm a random Usher. I remember he had a show. Yeah. Remember, I think and I think he had to cancel the show. He was like on stage. I forgot, someone got sick or something happened. I can't remember the story right off top. I think it might have been even more worse. It could have been worse than that. But shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Life is real. Not to make it an excuse, but I'm just saying I understand that. That's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope that if there's other artists on here, a big Moxie Wagwan. Yeah, this guy right here, shout out Just Be Energy. Just, you hear that? So for those who just chiming into the live just now, this beat that you hear in the background, I cooked this up a day and a quarter, a quarter and a day ago. Flex, Energy, Wagwan. I haven't seen him in a minute. Good energy, good energy. I believe producer, engineer. If you're in the live on the mix and match, dogs, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get fit, the gentleman in the comments, it goes by the name of Virgin Q. If you're trying to get right, Q will get you right. Upper body, biceps, pause, but we know what we're talking about. We understand the context, so we don't need to do all that. If you're trying to get right, that gentleman there, you need to link him. Yeah, man. That's the Conquer Fit 24/7. Link him if you're trying to get right. Shout out to Big Up Moxie. Yo, hold up real quick. I know we're doing a music talk, but look, if you're in the Orlando, if you're in the Florida area, all right, and don't get it twisted, he's not just stationed just for that location. If you're trying to get your finances in order, if you're looking for a home, this is the guy. ATMs, house, real estate, that's the guy. Hit him up if you're in those areas. Even if you're not, I'm pretty sure he's expanded across the tri-states and national. That's my guy right there. You know what I mean? So these are the moments. This is why I say these things are so imperative. Me and you are having a conversation, but in that networking is right. So I think those are some of the things that even I sometimes as artists we get locked into just making the music. Yeah. And nothing's wrong with that, but you gotta find that balance, man. Yeah. So like I said, in regards to the how the Leah joint went, a lot of it was just being consistent and the times aligning, and then once that aligned, that's how you got Hot Gal now. And then you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we got a few more joints coming to an eardrum near you. But shout out to my boy Just, man. Yeah. Just now, man. At some point you need to connect with him. He's another one. Just, and that's what I'm saying. This is New York, and that's be the misconception. Like it's not, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking away. If your art tells you that you need to go somewhere else, do it. Follow. But if whatever you know what I'm saying, like, make it work for you. That's what I'm saying. Like, pick a lane and choose a route. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just make it work for you. Yeah. There's no, from my understandings, I don't believe there's any particular guru to this shit. There's no set. This doesn't work like that. Everyone, every artist, every entity is gonna have a different path. So, and that's how it works. Some things are gonna interconnect, and some things are just gonna work alongside. But you got to figure out how to work it. Some things are gonna be like this, and some things are gonna work a different kind of way. But just make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get a little taken aback when I see somebody speaking like, "This is what you got to do," and if you don't do it like this, like it's just end all be all. Like, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I know some niggas who got their record popping with no radio. Yeah. At all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, there's so many facets. There's so when we're talking about the placements, that's a facet. Radio, that's a facet. Influencers, that's a facet. Like, there's so many. Yeah. Make it work for you, bro. Doing shows, being in the streets, that's a facet. Like, a person may not see you in the streets and be like, "Yo, you're not going hard enough." Like, no. You may not see how he's grinding. You know you can't. Man, but real talk. Grind, man. You can't. Right. So
as long as you consistent, they can't. What they gonna say? Like my thing is with consistency is I've been lacking a little bit because life happened, whatever. But my goal is to at least, because I work early in the morning, so I try to get a post the night before, so when I wake up I can post it. So when you log on, I could probably be the first. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That you giving me what's it, the Dwayne Johnson vibes, The Rock. He had made a talk about and him and Kobe, that whole like being up 3 o'clock in the morning. Kobe had that talk about getting more workouts in. Like if you look at it, that guy was a beyond genius. Like he got it. Like greatness, he got it. Like that's the thing. It's not even to say like there's so many other things we can say about Kobe, but that if we're talking about greatness, not just him being great and it's his understanding of greatness. Like man, like how he articulated that. That's what I missed the most from him. But I feel like he left a lot of jewels because he was towards the latter part of his career, which really wasn't latter, just how it worked out. I feel like he was making an impact for guys like even myself to understand, like, yo, if you really want this shit, or whatever that is, I'm telling you, hard work is gonna outdo it. You like, he left you the gym. The reason why he was the man is because he outworked the other niggas. He doesn't go. It's not to say that he wasn't talented, like his raw ability, because he had innate ability, but it was just the hard work, bro.
Sure.
My pops passed. My pops passed. I hadn't made a beat in a year and a half, bro. I jumped back into this, I'm playing this. You would have swore like, oh, you just stay in the. No.
Yeah.
That's hard work, though. That's sticking to it. That's doing it when no one's asking you to do it. That's sleepless nights. That's, you know, constantly trying to get your shit better. Like, that's just what it is. And then also having your environment, your people around you having that kind of thing. Just like that. If he's still in here, at 6 in the morning, we were writing records. Look, this. Like, what are we talking about? Like, this is what we're doing. I'm pretty sure big up Maximilian. I'm pretty sure when he's putting these ideas together in regards to how he's going to correlate the ATM business with his real estate business, you have, that's time spent, bro. You gotta be on it. Same goes for fitness. Oh, Claude. So you know what? I made a mistake. Big up Claude, my general. There's 2 guys that know fitness. My boy Q, Claude. If you're in New York, I believe we're talking Uptown. That general, if you're trying to get right, he's another one. He will get you right. Entertainers, he gets them. He's about that life. He gets you right. But you have to be about that life. You know the niggas like, yo, I'm trying to get fit, dog. I'll be like, yeah. Are you ready? Nah, but I don't want nobody to be. Look, man, if you're not ready for somebody to get your life in order, then you're not ready.
That's anything, bro. And that's why people get turned off. Like, whoa, you said you wanted, but I ain't seeing you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Piggyback, like Steph Curry, there was an article where he was like, at one point he was like, yo, I'm not as tall as everybody else in the NBA, so I'm gonna work extra hard working on my shot so I can surpass all. You know what I'm saying? The same
Find your lane.
You want to do, bro.
But that right there, when you say that about Steph, that's the find your lane and pick a route, bro.
Yeah.
That's my thing now. I feel that, like, find a lane and pick a route, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, this is not back in, like I said, like, it's nothing against coming from that cloth. Because I hate, like, even when I'm talking, I don't want to say, because you hear me saying back in the day. Back in the day is not a bad thing. It's when I reference the back in the day, I'm speaking from a space of saying, like, you know, just don't get stuck in a particular era. That's what I'm saying. But show homage. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was harder for them, though. Everybody who came up back in the day, they didn't have the stuff we got now, man. They had
no, hold on. I'm about to add to your point real quick. Just with the artists, the artistry. You know why it was harder too? These niggas had to be themselves for real.
Yes.
You could not. I could, like, if, like, so for instance, like if let's say me and just back in the day, right? We used rappers from back in the day, right? If just rapped a particular way, that was just his style. I would have to find my style of rap. This shit is different. If niggas is rapping and Civil is rapping and Civil, oh, that's what's working. Civil is rapping and Civil is rapping. That's it. And we're gonna follow that formula until it burns out. That's the only negative in it. However, the beautiful part about it is that you still have creatives, so you will find someone who will change the pendulum up, put their spin on it. Who's really gonna flip it? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that to me was the artist. You had to really be you. Or if you was faking it, you better fake that shit enough where it's like it's real. Like, because you couldn't afford that. Yeah, because back then you couldn't afford bad publicity per se. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you came from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a time frame where music execs got privy to artists who like let's say, you know, like especially when hip hop was in this against the most gangster era. Remember when they found the guys with flight risks, they didn't want to sign you. With flight risk, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think the time frame that we're in now, man, it's whatever. It's like you can get this shit through TV. You can get it through commercials. You can fuck around and don't say no raps, no music. And someone just likes you. Someone just likes you. They like how you talk. They like your bop. And that is where, and I'm gonna say it out loud because I'm here with it. I think for me, doing the live just with you right now, that's something I said I wanted to do more of. No particular plan. Yes, podcast is coming. I have certain, but sometimes you just got to jump in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Maximilian. If he was on this live, I pretty, and not saying he's not in the live, but if he was speaking, sometimes you got to jump in, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to the cuz, man. That's his tone. Like, you got to jump in, bro. And he's not lying. Sometimes you just got to jump in. So, this is something that by default, I do naturally. How do we make it translate? So that's why I'm saying I'm talking to you now. And I'm like, you came out of nowhere showing love. I'm like, so how can we make it monetize? When we come up this, we'll definitely, talk differently and we figure out, what that plan is going forward. Because we all are connected. And you'd be surprised how we all are interconnected. You'd be like, yo, I got to connect it. And you'd be like, word? That's crazy. And now the wheels is going and now we got to figure out a plan. It's looking like Atlanta. I'll be coming to Atlanta at some point very soon. For a little competition out there. I wasn't invited. I was invited from shout out to the big homie Boom Man. If you guys are familiar, if you're one of those guys who are, especially if you're doing shows and performing and getting into the bag, shout out to Boom Man and his team. I think the company's AE. I think it's Authentic or Nothing. I jumped in the live just like this, and they didn't even hear no music. We just end up, me and the man had to end up having a conversation, and they trying to get me to come out there. So that made my first show since. If that's not my first show, I made my first show maybe with Ace. Shout out to Ace General. He's always showing love, always put me on. They're doing he's trying to put, I think they're putting together I think they're trying to put together a Father's Day show, something of that nature. But I lost my pop. So we figuring it out. We're trying to figure it out. But Atlanta is very tentative. Like that's looking like, it's looking like what it's looking like. You know what I mean? So that's a little sneak previews I can give as of right now. But beats, songs, hooks, we are here. Songs are here. But go ahead, jump it. And this was impromptu, people.
So to kind of piggyback what you said, you want to jump into, stuff like this. But the thing is, the reason why I started on interviews is because they always see the logo. You know what I'm saying? They never see who I am. So I tried to get out like
that part.
I'm really about this, you know what I'm saying? But for the artists, I tell them like, yo, could you jump on this interview? Because like you said, they didn't even hear no music. They just heard you for you know what I'm saying? So if you sell your personality, you won't get the music after except spamming. Listen to this. No, man, I'm cool. Who are you before I listen to who your music is? You feel me? I'm like,
so, and I honestly got to take, that's my own critique on my own art. Like when I feel, and I'm just pausing the beat for a second to say, I'm about to give you another track. I'll say this. I feel like even I had to take that critique to understand myself and what I need to go forward with. Every artist has to take a non-biased step away and go, what haven't I done? And what do I need to do?
Yep.
And in the areas of the things that I've done that are good, how can we maximize on that? And for the things that are a little weak or whatever, how can we make those things better? But that's a constant evolving. Every day you're doing it. Every day you're constantly trying to improve those things. So in this moment, even when I'm talking to you, I'm in a space of, okay, I have to get back into a space of being more consistent in this regard, but in my own process. Not know, yo, you need, how people, they start to give you need to post whatever blueprint that works for your brand, right? And once you get that going, everything else will fall into place. Whatever that is, just have some type of consistency of something. So if this month is, I'm about to be random and I'm about to be live, then I just need to stick to that. Not to say every Thursday, every Tuesday, I'm going to, just be productive in what you said. Just be live in whatever facet. That sometimes you got to let go and let God. We're trying to control it too much.
Yep.
What I can control is this phone. And what I can control is I can go on live. And what I can control is I can control where I want to be at. Let's start there. And then everything else are kind of, and that to me makes a better story anyway. When people go, yo, so how did you and Big John? I'm like, well, one day the nigga came online. I jumped on live. We had a conversation. The shit was cool. People liked it. We did it a few more times. Then I invited my homie. They liked him. It's just some shit ain't rocket science. Some stuff ain't the extra. I had a dream, and then some stuff ain't that extra. It ain't all extra. It's sometimes it's just 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? It just made sense. It just felt right. Sometimes it's just that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much where I'm going with it, man. In regards to how you have connected the dots without even connecting the dots. You see how things work. That's another reason why you got to just jump in.
Yeah.
Because you really never know. Pittsburgh, I didn't think.
And like Steve Harvey said.
Big out there? Oh, go ahead. I was gonna ask you who's big out there in Pittsburgh, but go ahead.
Never wait for your ducks to get in the row because they never will. Just jump into it, bro.
I like that.
Jump into it.
Run that back again. I like that.
You can never wait for your ducks to get in the row because it'll never happen. So just jump into that. Head first.
Heard you.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're saying, it has to be perfect. My nigga. It ain't gonna never be perfect, bro.
Everybody. So this is what I like to say. So who's your favorite artist? And say for example they say I don't know, Wayne or something, right? So if Wayne was like, oh, I think I can rap, but I don't want to, and he was working at I don't know, somewhere, and all that talent and all that stuff is gone because you got a bald head and you think, oh, this ain't perfect. No, he started from somewhere. You think he was big on the first song? No, man, he had to build that and believe in himself. Now, if you don't do that, and the another saying on top of that is, you know where billion, trillion, zillion dollar ideas is? And of course I was like, where? He said the grave. I said, what? What you mean? He said all these ideas people were scared to pursue or bring to life. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that person.
Of course.
Yeah, don't be that
because that's actually easier said than done because what we talk about, life be life.
Yeah.
And depending on how life attacks someone and how someone deals with life, those things change your trajectory. You can go from, it's like a nigga about to go to the league, but his vice is bitches. And now, because he doesn't have a balance, he's not going to make it to the league in a way that he could because bitches. And that was just a random just example, but just say like, I feel like there's a thin line between understanding how to control your vices. We all got them. So once you get uphold to those things, I think that also plays it helps you to get further because you have control. It's like having just even having self-control that gets you in rooms, because you can be among certain conversations that even if you're uncomfortable or if you're in an uncomfortable space, you still know how to navigate. If you're abundantly emotional all the time, everything's gonna affect you. It's gonna be hard for you to navigate through rooms because you're always, and then you're gonna become that person. Oh, they always got a vibe. They always got attitude. Because you're too emotional. You know what I'm saying? And it goes the other way around too. Let's say you get in all the rooms, but you're anti. If you anti anything, bro, that ain't gonna work either. You just there. It's super pointless. You was better off being with like the niggas at the crib who don't know what the fuck they want to do. You know? So it's just. But to piggyback from what you're saying, it's definitely a mindset. It's a complete mindset. It is complete mindset if you think about it, because if these things coincide, right? But if this thing is not strong enough to hold the man, that's a tough walk. It's a tough walk. It's a tough walk. But yeah, John, I like I said, I'm very thankful for the flowers. And I didn't know you. If I could speak for the gang, for the guys, so I know that you've cross promoted, they also would say, yo, thank you, big up, because as independents, as seasoned artists, you know, we don't get handouts. No one helps. It doesn't like that shit. And when people do what you do, it's like, what? Yo, stop playing. It's immediately. So shout out to guys like you. Shout out to my guy Ace. Shout out to Boom Man. It's looking like I said. Atlanta's looking like. It's looking like. You know, I don't like to speak anything before it's time, but because we did an impromptu exclusive. Sometimes you got to give the fans a little something. ATL is looking like I'm coming there. It's looking like July. It's looking like early July. Once everything is signed off completely, and we have a retalk out, I'll be making sure to promote that. But yeah, man, and you got to remember, since COVID and since everything I've been through, you know, it feels good to get back in that bag. It feels really good. It feels really good.
I need a
John.
Kingston shirt, bro.
You know what?
I need a Kingston shirt. The album.
I copy. Like I said, I'm getting back into that. So yes, merch will soon be on top priority again, and that goes for my 2AM strip tee stuff. I have a lot. That one was the first one. That's the baby, and that one That one got everything popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But nah, the
Kingston
hoodies is a vibe.
I'm gonna get another shirt because when I go back to Jamaica, I'm gonna have to represent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's this?
Yes. Yo, wait, hold on. When you trying to when you trying to go to Jamaica? Then I got to figure it out. I got to put the merch together. When you trying to go?
So last year I was in the grill, and
okay, you was already about the old people, Hershey.
Yeah. So next time we're probably gonna go to Kingston. I just want to get all the vibe.
No. Look, if you're trying to, Jamaica's 1, 2, 3. If you're gonna go to the grill in August, that's the time to go.
Okay.
That's it. Any other time to go to the grill, that's either you and your girl or you and your. It's that's older. It's more of that.
Yeah, Ochi would be I didn't know.
Yeah. So right. So like if you go down there like Independence, like August, the grill, like usually Jamaica, it's like 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? So, but the grill is only popping like that in August.
Yeah, okay.
That's only if we're talking about throughout the year. Ochi, I feel like, especially if you have a significant other or not, I think, and y'all young, Ochi is a good medium. Ochi, Montego Bay, those are that's that in the middle. If you're gonna do Kingston, there's a reason why I wanted to. If you're gonna do Kingston, I personally feel like you need to go with someone who is native, someone who knows the land. That would be my personal. If you're in the live, if you're watching the live later, and you're thinking about, y'all want to go to Jamaica, and it's nothing bad against Jamaica. I just personally think, and I feel like that's anywhere though. If you are not native to a certain, you need to go with somebody who know the land. That would be my only thing if you're going to Kingston. Other than that, Kingston is amazing. They don't really bother nobody. Just know where you at, like anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? But Ochi and the grill obviously is more tailored to the tourism. Yeah. So it's a little different. But you still move, you know, you got to be vigilant. But Kingston is a vibe. Ochi, yeah. You definitely should do that.
Yeah, I just wanted to catch the vibe, the whole, you know, of everything, you know, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, man. And Jamaica is a blessed country, man. There's so much artifacts. There's so much knowledge there. There's so much, especially when we talk about slave trade. There's a lot. There's a lot of culture. A lot of culture in the sense of how not just Jamaica, Cuba, all those surrounding areas that's there. So, you know, even from an agriculture standpoint, it's a beautiful experience. And even if you want to go out there and just wild out and vibe with your peoples, it's definitely an amazing time too. Just pick your poison or pick your choice. I don't know if you hear this in the background. I'm just here working. But yeah, man, I've been at it for some time, and the space I'm in now is just to run with it all the way through the tape. That's really where it's at now. You know what I'm saying? We produce, we write, we sing, we collaborate. We just we're not putting our eggs in one basket. The great Kobe Bryant said this to Iman Shumpert, and I'm gonna pause this real quick, and I'll give you 2 minutes. I'm gonna let you talk your piece. I talk my piece, but Iman Shumpert has an interview that he talks about. Kobe must have said to people, look, they were talking about, I think, 2 eggs in the basket. That, you know, that analogy. Don't put too much eggs in the basket. Yeah. And the nigga says, Kobe told him, but imagine if you went back and got some more eggs. Bro, he was like, yo, Kobe give niggas the gems. Like, but Iman was, I get what Iman was saying. He's like, yo, Kobe was that dude. Like, he understood, like, man, that hard work, that look, if we gonna get it, like, no excuse. Yeah. I almost want to call him No Excuse Kobe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, boy.
You gotta think different. So, you gotta do anything, man. You gotta stick. Like you said, you gotta be yourself, man. Out of all things, you gotta be yourself, man.
Because once you know self, then purpose is easy.
Yeah. That's for
sure.
So man.
That's why it's essential to understand self. Because remember, the life that we're living, we're all trying to figure out what's our purpose. Okay, cool. Well, understand self, and you can figure out your purpose. You over here trying to be a basketball player, and you got 2 left feet. Now, I'm not God, so it doesn't mean you can't get better. However, you got to know self before you can, because it'll help a lot. Because even you, because like, let's say if I'm wrong, however, you're getting to know self. So now, like, well, I got 2 left feet, I'm gonna have to work on that. Or you may have 2 left feet and be like, that nigga right, basketball ain't me. But whatever, understanding self is always the first thing. You when you want to play, what they say. Even though I always see like certain parents or certain people who don't, like, you can see like if they have a young mind, when the attendant to tell you, the attendant to say, you know, put on your mask first before. But you know, some people like, nah, I'm gonna make more sure my kid, like, yeah, bro, if you run out that ear and drop down, how you gonna help your little person? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna help your kid? Like, it doesn't work that way, bro. Yeah. So Yeah, man. It's understanding self, man. Understanding self and understanding self. It's time. It's a process. Don't rush your process, and get it right. So when is your time to shine? You can shine with no reserve. You can shine without having to go backwards. And that's really where that's at. So, and for me, my own critique for myself is this part. I'm about to get more vigilant. You're going to see me more on the gram. It's going to be various. It may be your live. It may be somebody. And that's all because if I'm looking at me on some like when I'm looking at another artist and critiquing them and saying, yo, all they need to do, and I'm doing that for me now. Like, what do DaVinci got to do?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm having that moment right now. I ain't old. I'm having that moment. Like, wait, so I got this, I got this, I got that. So all I need is more of this. The optimism is as essential. DaVinci Code, y'all can find me, DaVinciCode.net. I got a song called Petty. You promoted that too without any conversation. Petty's a good one. I'll be promoting that song a bit more. I'm looking to shoot a video. Shout out to my boy Skinny. He shot Like a Bike. He shot Argue. Shout out my boy Zach. Zach actually shot Just B's most recent video. Skinny shot just dropped another video. He's on fire. That's my boy. Check him out. He's dope. That's what I'm saying. Like New York, we have abundance of dope artists. Don't get it twisted. We are having a surge. Shout out to Lola Brooks. She's doing a thing.
Yeah.
Billy.
Real
right?
quick before I forget,
Go ahead.
I was promoting her, right? And as soon as she got signed, I was getting red flags from Sony left and right. I said, whoa, check the date. I've been doing this before she got, you know what I'm
saying? That's crazy.
They was telling me I got to take my stuff down. I'm like, whoa, chill. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, you got to respect because obviously, if they got the bag behind a certain kind of way, now they want to do it. They want their team. It's in, like, you know how that goes. That's interesting.
They was flagging me, killing me.
But
Sony this, Sony that. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to steal this.
I'm just I'm promoting. I just want to put it up because it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that part. But like I said, man, there's a lot of, you know what I'll do for you, John? Wait 1 second. Let me do this because if it'd be wrong for me not to promote my own joint, something that's coming to an eardrum near you. I just want to get your feedback. I know you're from Pittsburgh, and I think it's also best for me to play this for you because I think there's no bias, right? So if you're on the live tapping right now, I see you, my guy. I'm about to play the record, and shout out to Just, who I played this record for yesterday, and he agrees that he feels that this record is out of here. But I'm gonna play this record for you real fast through the where is that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna play this record for you in a second. And I want to get your feedback. While I'm looking for it, my question is, how do you feel about Tory Lanez, and not so much his situation, but how do you feel about Tory Lanez with him and what he did in regards to flipping records? How you feel about that?
Personally,
like first of all, it's simple. Is that your thing or not, or like, you feel like some records he did that and some it was like.
I like Love, his little the little Afro beat. Yeah, I like that.
The Love. Okay. I know Big John got vocals. I hear little vocals over there.
But
he's like, nah. He's like, hold on.
I like the little revamp on the joint, but still sticking to your lane.
Right.
I don't think he overstepped at all. I just think he did what he did. You know what I mean? Just the people what people like. He do the proper paperwork, so you won't get sued or whatever for it. But hey, man, I like that. That's one track that I know. Like I love it. You know what I mean? Because I know where it's from. The way he remixed it, I was like, oh yeah, this is dope too. Both this track versions is the cover and the original.
So you talking about the Love record when he flipped Love. So the Love that is, I think that's the reggae record. That's Tanta Metro and Devante. You know me, obviously, I'm a yard man. I wrote for a lot of different artists back home. And unbeknownst to those, to give you an exclusive for now, this is gonna be a trivia one day as I get bigger and more popular. One of my mentors back in Jamaica was Devante. Devante is the person who actually sang the hook on that record. Devante now, he's actually he's very multifaceted. That's the guy who sings, everyone falls in love sometimes. That's Devante. As a collective, it's Tanta Metro and Devante. So Tanta Metro is one person, Devontae is the other. This is for people who are not familiar. And but in that, Devontae was one of the first guys who one of the first guys who was privy to my ability, my talent. And while I was in Jamaica, he kind of gave me the vibe like, yo, if you have the opportunity to go to America and excel there, you should think about it. Yeah. Hence Da Vinci. He played a part in like, yo. And it was very simple. We had a studio session. We were doing a lot of songwriting around the time. I was joking around, you know how it go, and I was rapping. And he realized I could rap. He said, nah, bro. Like once you know I had that ability, he said, like, Jamaica's cool, and I said, you're not going to excel in Jamaica. But he felt like at the time, Jamaica would have kept me in the box. And that if, let's say, if I did rap or like if I did hip hop or whatever the case, or it'd come off like I was trying. He said, if you establish yourself in America, it doesn't come off that way. It doesn't, because anytime you do anything outside, what they do, crossover. Yeah. And he felt like I had an ability, but remember, this is pre-Drake, pre-Akon. This is before that, a little bit before that. Those guys will eventually come and kind of change the, you know what I mean? And this is way before. There was no Russes, other with this. That we're not there yet. We're not. Frank Ocean ain't even like, it's not there yet. Because we're talking from an era when it was, you either got to rap or you gonna sing. Yeah, that era. I'm from the we're coming. So it's different now. In the future, now that's niggas. If you do that, that's good. It's almost like a norm now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that now is how well do you do it, and how do you and depending on how you bring it across, you know, in regards to your talent, how do you bring it across is always going to play a role. Like your approach, what's your approach on it? You know what I'm saying? But let me play a big tune real quick. Just You Still in Here Rocking, I think. Check this out. Just did this a couple days ago. If you've been in my live, you know the vibes. Stop playing with me. If you're Jamaican, if you're not, you should know this. You better have money. You better have money. You better have money. Cause you're not doing no bro. So like I said, respectfully, if I'm talking from my New York confidence side, I got the biggest record out. Respectfully. All right, work. Big John. You better have money. Cash flow. You better have money. Cause you're not doing no broke pocket. You better have money. You better have money. Some type of LLC or something. You better have money. Cause you're not doing no broke pocket. For your personality, you better have cash, bro. Look, I don't want them cut way off. Like I said, Da Vinci got a few tunes coming to a eardrum near you. Yeah, I definitely did that. The I Wayne is coming to an ear, and I'm not losing. I'm not even gonna. Yo, no, but sorry. Big John, how you feel about what we got right now? For a little snippet I'm playing, how we feeling? Are you familiar? You better have money. You better have money. Cause you're not doing no broke pocket. You better have money. Yes, man. You better have money. The broke shit is not gonna work, bro. I'm telling you, women now. Yes, John.
The run makes me feel you too.
Wait, say again?
I said the run make me feel give a little argue too. The other side.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm sticking to the. I have my own formula. Yeah, man. These are just some of the textures that people know of me and respect from me. So I always try to get in the vibe. But this is a whole vibe. I'm gonna let it rock. Give you one verse. You better have money. You can hear it good? You better have money. Some type of LLC or something. You better have money. Cause you're not doing no broke pocket. For your personality, you better have cash, bro. You want the new Birkin home. Land go. If you're not have no money, you're not have no change. She a go change though. You think you're smart? She have a brain too. She use that and in that day. Your money smart now, and she a drain. You better think twice, them girl will IG shame you.
You better have money. You better have it straight. You better have money. You better have money. Cause you now do no wrong again. You better have money. You better have money. You better have money. Cause you now do no wrong again.
I'm here. And that's a super sneak preview. That is the next one of the next joints I'm about to come and knock them in the forehead. So y'all know Petty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, obviously, this one's gonna be stupid. That's gonna be. And if you've been following me, time will tell. That's another record because some people been chiming in. That's coming. That's mastered. I just played that right. I just played for you with the master. Yeah, and I was just artwork and then merch talk. I'm back in that zone again. I'm back in that. Yeah, man. That's always been my process.
Let's get it.
So. Yeah, man. Big John, like I said, I'm very thankful. It's dope having this conversation with you. I don't mind having it again with you, and playing some more exclusives. Like I said, Atlanta, I'm on the way. It's looking like July 6th, if I have it correct. Shout out to Ace. I may be doing a Father's Day performance. I think that's June 18th. And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, because I've been on it, it's like once I tell I'm back, it's like that, and it happens. It's quick, and then I start the shows.
Yeah.
You know, prior to COVID, I was having like a show every other week. Like it's like that. It's like that. So, you know, shout out to all of my supporters and fans and people who know me prior to. I know I took a little hiatus, but it was necessary. And if you know the music and you hear the music, trust me, it's definitely gonna be worth the wait. You know what I'm saying? So, Big John, if you have any closing, or any other questions for me. Or if you want me to run back to something, whatever, it's on you. This is your, you know what I'm saying? I just came to show vibes and give you your flowers.
I definitely appreciate you for even commenting, jumping on this. I'm going to throw it up. It's going to be on, I might as well throw it up too. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that, bro. I got you.
Why not?
Too much
Look, like I said, I just want to keep it out. Like I said, the name of the game, and this is for both of us. Where I'm going, and I'm speaking it on live, so then I got to take accountability. Yeah. That's me being more consistent with being live. If you're a fellow artist like myself, I'm with you. I despise this part. I'm not really a fan of this because I'm come from that. Just listen to the music, right? Yeah. However, I understand that I can see the beauty when a person does get to kind of know you. It does bring you into the music.
Yep.
You know what it is? I had to refocus it, and it's looking like this. If you ever been to the mall. And if you've been to the mall and you've been to the Japanese or Chinese spot, right? And you know they had a little chicken on the stick. This is our chicken on the stick.
Yep.
This. And if they like this, like we all do, like the chicken at some point, what we end up doing, end up in the line trying to get a plate.
Yep.
Sometimes we have to do this part. And that's just where it's at right now. And it's okay. And it's not to say you super duper have to, because everyone's lane is different.
Yeah.
I almost, and just before I super cut off, think about her. How her got in wasn't traditional.
Yeah.
In the sense of
the weekend.
saying talk about it. Frank Ocean of the world, yeah. Some of these guys just made sure they had enough they had enough, ammo in the clip. And then when it was time to go, and they had I feel like they had a smart marketing plan.
Yeah.
They purposely made her mysterious. You didn't know what she looked like, but the music was good.
And like I said, The Weeknd did the same thing because everyone heard this magical voice, or whatever you want to say it, and he had a silhouette of his hair. His hair was crazy, and that's what you named him by. But as soon as you saw the face, you like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
So I feel like what we'll talk about off camera differently, in regards to the monetizing and direction. That's the kind of mind I have. So I'm very open to this, and the good thing about me, and I think when I was talking to Just, I made this talk about and talking about Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean, his timing was he was on super timing because I felt like I think A$AP Rocky, I think I heard talk about it. He had albums on deck, so when he hit, he came at the point in the era when the consumer got ADD. You put it on the record, they need to hear something else. He had albums on deck. So his timing, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where a lot of older artists, where they fall off, is because a lot of them don't have enough in the clip for this era. Because they take a quicker time. They don't take as long to consume.
Single,
back in the day we lived. Yeah, single. And we remember in back in the day, but it was different. Back in the day, remember you lived with an album for 6 months to a year. You lived with it, or even a single. Nigga, you hear a song today, you're done in a 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. Next. So yeah, so that is where I feel like. Remember, I told you I'm matching blueprints. The positive about me, I got clips on clips. Now, how do I make the masses know that? And I honestly could say, and this is not biased. This is me talking. I'm talking about myself as if I was looking on the outside. If I can maximize on that, we're having a different conversation a year from now, or even 6 months from now, in regards to monetize, as in where our brands are and how things monetize. And it's going to come from what? Being consistent. Yep. So if we can be consistent because of what we have already, everything else will fall in place. And I truly believe that. So I'm taking accountability. It's me cussing myself on a live. So when you post it, I got to see myself and go, yeah, I did say that shit. I did say that shit. All right, so you know what I mean? So that's the objective, to just stay consistent and to stay going forward. I have a plethora of content and more to talk about on another time. But yeah, John, like I'm in a better space. It's still gradual, but I'm in a better space. And you can tell, like just even.
I'm just looking for the music.
Oh yeah, I know you're ready. But nah, yo, bro.
For example, Petty. Like when it get to somebody's hands that can really impact, it's going to be a wrap, man. I'm telling you. Not just that. Thank you. An example.
No, but no, I'm with you. No. If you're talking about Petty, no, I'm with you, yo, bro. I'm with you. Thank you. Now I'm on Petty. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot with Petty. There's been a lot of people really find that song organically. A lot of my friends,
relatable. People like relatable stuff. That's what's gonna make it, the relatable stuff.
Bro, this song is obviously I'm playing the money record, and the reason why a lot of my team, a lot of my guys like this record, because I'm just talking. It's true. You better have money. You have to have, because these, like in the era we live in, these girls are not ramping. I'm not saying every woman is like that, but we're in that time. They're not doing the broke shit. Like that potential shit, like potential is not going to work for some of these females. You got potential? That's cute. Holla at me when you got a bag. That's how they are. So I'm just speaking from it's just true. Petty, same team.
You know what? Listening to that track, Money. First thing that popped in my head is the content you can run. So you're gonna have I don't know, some nice, you know, even Leah, you know what I'm saying? And just still picture, and then you know, have you to the cut looking like you better have money. You know what I'm saying?
Better have money, right?
Or even a vehicle.
And this is
even a vehicle.
Yo, everything you're saying.
Oh, you want that car? You better have money.
You better have money. Yeah, I love that. Yo, when I talk to my videographer, I'm gonna definitely be like, yo, I think I got a vibe for where I want to go with it. Because, like I said, we did it. What, I got the record back the day before yesterday. I did it. This is like this song. This is just like I had the reference for a minute, but like as in like in regards to completion, a few days. You know what I mean? So yeah, but this right here, like, and shout out to you in that regard. I think that's a good critique that I normally give people. People always say when they hear my music, it's memorable. Yeah. You don't got to hear my songs too many times, but that's my formula too. Cause I understand it, I get it. Like a long time ago, even from the bars perspective, you have to leave your mark, bro. And how you gonna do that? And I just took the word hook very seriously. Not just from a street standpoint, but a hook. The hook is supposed to what? Hook you, nigga. So if you really understand how to create great choruses, trust me, it can take you a far way. It can take you a far way. And my music speaks for itself. What is that?
The hook is the book cover.
It's like yeah. So and like I said, and even with that, there's no one way to do it. It just say I understood it, so that's how I apply it to my music. But Petty, definitely, yes, that is definitely one of my my later or newer joints that I feel like there's not a person that I've heard hear that record immediately.
Matter of fact, I do. I mean, of course, not but I submit that to different online review shows, and they tear it up, man. They like,
really?
Who's this? And I'll be in the comments.
Oh like, no, you.
It's DaVinci. He was like, oh, I got to check him out. So I'm like, come on, bro. And every time I'm on there's a review show on Tuesday. I submit Petty, submitted hot girl, all that. It was like, oh, here you go with that. I said, yo, I know the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah, yo, Big John, we're definitely, like I said, we're gonna figure this out. I want to figure out how we could, just maximize. That's it, because we're already doing it. See, that's the hardest part. It's now okay, we're doing it now. How do we? That is anybody who we like and we see successful. That's the part they figured out.
Yep.
So we got this part. Is the next, and that's all. And that's it. And if you look at the game like that, it doesn't seem so overwhelming. Because yes, me and you both also know there's other little pieces but if you just look at it, just boom, bam, like literally, okay, we got content, we got music, we got somebody who want to promote. He has his own brand. We have so now it's like, how do we just? And I'm not gonna hold you. I think after this call and we get to actually verbalize differently, we gonna figure it out. And then even. And it goes for both parties. I'm in a different space. I'm also in a space where I'm ready to start, put my face out a little bit more. Yeah. But because I do know what I know how to do it where, or at least I like to think I have an idea of how to saturate it and still keep that mysteriousness. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for in my brand. Everyone, some people, they just want to be everywhere. I do, but I want to plan. I want to plan it. Yeah. And if you plan it the correct way, or if you find a plan that works for what you're trying to do, you find better results. That's all. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what it is. I just want to be in obviously a 5-year plan for me here is to be able to just do this super duper full time and to get paid all off it. Really just my ability. Like I wake up, I go, yeah, and the nigga just paid me because he like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that's Oops. Yeah, man. So, Big John, if you got any ideas, if in regards to and then I'm not from your town. I think one of the bigger things to do, and if you get some of these New York artists, I'll come to your town, bro. We just got to figure out a budget.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm trying to go.
What happened?
Trying to make it up there too.
Right. But this the thing, and that's my thing. Like, coming out to your city is a dope vibe because it expands the brand for us.
Yeah,
we got. You know what I'm saying? And
surprisingly, in your niche, in your type, we got a lot of dance halls that we just playing the music. We don't got OG performers that's about it, and if they are, they're not popping out. So we got whole parties to dance hall and themed to Afrobeat, like Afrobeat night, reggae night, but we don't have performers. You know what I'm saying? So
understood.
The DVINCHI on it. Oh, you gonna have a tour?
I like that.
In a week. You feel me? Because I know
I want to figure that out. You see my mind. You see, I'm listening, but I want to figure that out because that's how it works. That's exactly how those things happen. The last thing I got in regards to Pittsburgh would be what's my guy? Black and Yellow, Wiz. Yeah, and I'm only bringing up Wiz, but I'm bringing up Wiz for this reason. When Wiz came out, Taylor Gang also had, rest in peace, what's her name?
Mac.
Oh man,
Mac Miller.
Right. See, I'm my music brain, but it's old since a Mac. So part of me, it's floppy disk. I got it. But yes, now, and then ready, pun intended, Mac, that's hilarious. I'm always in bar mode. Mac, that was crazy. Mac Miller, oh man. Anyway, but with Mac, I feel like those two dudes, because then I would do my due diligence. Is Mac? There was a partnership. Where some people thought it was just him being signed. And then you realize that Mac, he had his own, he was as big as Wiz in his own right. I was like, oh. It just, you know what it is? I'm in New York, so sometimes you only get a certain vernacular. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like where we are now, we're also in the perfect time to change those things too. Because it's changing. This is happening more. Lives, it's changing. Even that's changing. So I want to be a part of that before that becomes the norm. That's how you get a niche.
You know what's wild? That there's artists from West Coast sound like East Coast and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like you don't have to be like standing in the lane. You don't have to be sounding like that coast. You're not from there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. Just sound like you. And look, I'm never and I know we kind of elaborated on that, but that doesn't say don't try things.
Yeah.
Everything that I've gotten to the space of now with that I'm comfortable with, because I was trying shit.
Yeah.
I had to try to rap before I knew I could do it. I had to try to sing. So still try shit. It's just that when you're going to do your series of trial, be real with self. That's it.
But it's
yeah, John, I'm here. Oh, go ahead. Facts. Super cheap. No, that's free. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. But Big John, I'm here. I need to eat some food. I told you, I jumped in. It was just random. 1-3. I'm still you got this song is Money Up. This song is Money Up. It's coming to an eardrum near you. I flipped the I Wayne classic record for me from back in the day. And because I'm also back in show mode.
Could you send me like a 10-second, 12-second snippet?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Once we come off of this, just send me like cause I know I was gonna do a post today. Like I'll just do a post with the music. Either or. I'll send you either or.
Okay.
And I'll just send it to you, and then you do your thing. I know, see, and that's what I like. I just sent and let you do your thing. However you know what I'm saying. So but you will want a 10-second clip of me verbalizing with the record, or you just talking about just the music by itself, or either or. It don't matter.
So honestly, I want the music clip.
Audio. Okay.
But if you can, it don't have to be
no.
colored. Just give me like the same length, like 10 to 12 seconds of you just working on it. You can have your camera right here, just working on it.
No, yeah. Calm down. I'm just that's light, bro. That's light work. I got you. Because okay. I'm in that mode. Because I'm in that mode of just giving them snippets.
Okay.
Before I actually promote it and it's officially out.
Yeah.
I will say keep me in your prayers. Hopefully I can get this clearance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're working on that. But that song is still going though. See, that's the difference with where we're in now. You can put out music, and if you know how to put it out in a way where you're not, gaining a certain type of bread, or if you're not gaining a certain amount of revenue from it, it'll keep you in the clear if you don't have the clearances yet. A lot of people understand how that works. And what it is people come for you because you're making money. Yeah. That's why they come for you. If you're not making money, there's nothing to sue. So please, for anyone who's aware or unaware, you know what I'm saying? So, but we're not playing. We're trying to get this clear. Because this is gonna win. This is gonna win.
All right, man.
Big John, I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm here. It's time to win. We here. If you haven't had a blessed day, hopefully you're having one. It's your boy Da Vinci. DVINCHIKode.net. You can find me all platforms. Big John, you can find him. He promotes. Get your money up. Get a budget. Stop romping. Pittsburgh, New York, Jamaica, Lincoln. Enough respect, John. We gonna talk.
You are now tuned in to the Doing It Big podcast.
We turning up. All the way up. Hey.
With Big John Promotions.